it's Professor Oak. Did you just say Pokegirls? Playing as a girl doesn't make me gay, Marcus. It makes me double straight. Because Lee is not a real name. A lot of these Pokegirls like to show off their legs. These suspenders and her puffy head might seem a bit dorky. Lyra is in fact psychopath yandere. In the next video, we will show more of these champion ladies.
Greetings, Wanderer. Welcome to the channel Flameburst Industries, hosted by me, Bendacris, and my colleague, the Knight of Wrath. On this channel we will discuss a variety of topics, ranging from miniature model building to reviews. The video you're about to watch is part 2 of a multi-part series. It doesn't really matter if you haven't watched the first part yet, but I would greatly appreciate it if you gave that video, and all the other videos we put out, a watch. Anyway, on to the video. Please enjoy. Now, let's travel to the third region that was introduced, Waterworld. Now here we come across a character that is most definitely, without much doubt, the Generation 3 girl. May is pretty famous. However, you might have noticed that this is not her original design. This is how she looks in the remake, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. However, unlike Chris, who was most likely replaced, the remakes did not give the female a new default name. Hence, May is still May. In the anime, May started a trend of replacing the girl character each generation. The boy characters, in comparison, got less appreciation, since Ash stayed on board the whole time. But what can you say about May? In the Pokemon Adventures manga, she's a total tomboy. Here, she is called Sapphire. The third generation is one of the best arcs in the entire Adventures manga. And you know, I always had the impression from her first design that May was a bit of a tomboy, with her bandana and bike shorts, so it makes sense to me that she has a bit of a wild side. In the anime, she is very girly. In the manga, they even went the extra mile and gave her fangs. Not one cutesy fang, but one on each side, to rip the flesh off your body. Now, admittedly, her newer design is less tomboyish, adding frills to her top and replacing the bandana with a bow. She is striking a very over-the-top idol-like pose. This might be a reference to Hoenn being known for Pokemon contests. Why else would she be winking? She's obviously training her charming skills to persuade the jury into giving her a high score. May has the best starter Pokemon ever. Don't at me. Mudkip. How can you dislike this big smile? In Generation 4, we found ourselves in Sinnoh. And who is the greatest threat to the champion's seat that is also wearing a skirt? That's right, it's Dawn. Dawn looks like the girliest trainer I've shown so far, with her long pinned up hair and her pink dress, boots and scarf. But what if I told you Dawn is actually the biggest badass of all the trainers I've shown here? You don't believe me? Well, look at her legs. Notice something? Yes, you can see her thighs. And why is that so strange? Well, do I need to remind you that Sinnoh is based on Hokkaido, the coldest region in Japan? During January, the average temperature is minus 4 degrees Celsius, or 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Dawn simply does not care. She travels through snow like this. A scarf and a hat is all she needs. Even when Platinum gave her a thicker looking coat, her thighs are still on full display. How bold to wear a skirt so short she could flash her panties to everyone with the slightest bend. Which reminds me, panty check! Yes, she is in fact wearing panties. How nice of me to check for you. You are welcome. It's just underwear, guys, nothing to get that excited about. Luckily, for her purity's sake, Dawn is a womanlet, so it would actually be quite hard to get a good angle on those panties. Except for Piplup, of course. He's getting front row seats. Here you see it conjuring up bubbles in the air. They are based on emperor penguins, so as a play on emperors being highly esteemed individuals, Piplups are rather prideful. They are even described to be difficult to bond with. which is kinda strange behavior for a starter Pokemon. And Dawn did appear in the animated series. She got added to the party when they arrived in Sinnoh. That version of Dawn is rather chill. You might argue she's a bit of a dummy, at least a bit absent-minded. Her master's description tells me she is scatterbrained, so that might be the general idea. In Adventures, Dawn is called Lady Platinum Burlitz. Lady Burlitz reflects the same cold personality as the Piplup she is associated with. She has no patience for your peasant ways. That's the kind of liberties the manga often takes, and I for one approve of that. Anyway, Dawn is the best girl, that's my expert opinion. She gets the front row in my display cabinet. So, Professor, how do you like my collection? I traveled to Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh.
Perfect! Congratulations! You were close! Wonderful!
I know! There's nothing weird to have a large collection of Pokegirls.
Welcome back. Here is a present for you. Wow. Oh. Perfect.
Yes, I am aware of that as well. But this video has been going on long enough. Why don't we call it a day and continue another time? Join me next time for more questionable content. Wow, wasn't that a fun video? If you desire to see more content forged in the flames of hate and passion, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also share this video with everyone you know, friends, enemies, doesn't matter. See you later.